In this video, I'll cover everything you need to know about push-ups. Push-ups are a great exercise for working the pecs, triceps, and anterior deltoids. They also provide a foundation of strength for more advanced exercises and can be scaled to be challenging at any level. Beyond working the arms and shoulders, they'll also improve strength and control of the core. This is because the abs work to prevent lumbar extension and keep the torso rigid throughout the movement. Basically, push-ups can be thought of as a moving variation of the plank exercise. To do the push-up, start with the arms extended and the body in a straight line from the shoulders to the feet. You can have your toes pointed or feet flexed. To flatten the lower back and better activate the abs, perform a posterior pelvic tilt and maintain this throughout the movement. Bring your chest to the floor at the bottom and make sure you fully straighten the arms at the top of each rep. This ensures you're working through a large range of movement and sets a standard for each push-up. Allow the shoulder blades to retract or move naturally as you descend, and push tall with protraction at the top. This will help teach scapular control, which is important for more advanced skills such as the planche. Push-ups can be done with the elbows by the sides, flaring out, or anywhere between. The plane of motion used will influence the difficulty and the muscles targeted. With the elbows out, push-ups will primarily work the pecs, and with the elbows in, they'll primarily work the anterior deltoids. Flaring the elbows out isn't wrong or inherently dangerous, but excessive flaring or having them out too far will cause discomfort for some people. If it does, I encourage you to tuck the elbows slightly and try to find a plane of motion that's pain-free. For most, the strongest plane will be somewhere between the two extremes, or with the elbows flared about 30 to 60 degrees. You can experiment with different positions and find what's best for you. The preferred hand placement will depend on the plane of shoulder movement. Wide grips tend to be most comfortable with the elbows out, and close grips with the elbows in. A good way to guide this is to find a hand placement where the forearms are roughly vertical in the bottom position. Generally, this will be slightly wider than shoulder width. Having the hands too high or low can make push-ups inefficient and awkward. Start with the hands roughly under your shoulders and try to have the heel of them level with your lower chest at the bottom of each rep. Common mistakes include cutting the range of motion short, bending the hips, or arching the back. Ensure the body stays in a rigid straight line throughout the movement, and that you perform reps through a full range of motion. If you can't yet do push-ups, you can reduce the difficulty by doing them on your knees or elevating the hands. With elevated push-ups, the higher the hands, the easier the reps will be. This provides a way to scale the exercise incrementally as you work toward full push-ups. A great piece of equipment for this is a squat rack with a barbell. If full push-ups feel too easy, you can increase the range of motion with parallettes, increase the intensity by adding weight or elevating the feet, or use harder variations such as archer push-ups. While I've covered technique in detail, as with the other calisthenics basics, you don't need to overcomplicate this exercise. The most important points are that you're challenging yourself and not causing pain. Even with a solid understanding of biomechanics, it's often best to keep things simple. The cues I like to focus on are touching my chest to the floor at the bottom, straightening the arms at the top, and keeping the body in a rigid straight line. This allows you to maximize effort with what matters most without overthinking less important details. If your forearms angle out a bit, it's not a big deal. It might reduce efficiency slightly, but they'll still be effective for building strength and muscle mass. If elbow flare was such a problem, diamond push-ups wouldn't be a popular variation. Ultimately, as long as your capacity is improving and you're not causing pain, what you're doing is working and doesn't need to be changed. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. To learn more about push-up variations, you can watch my next tutorial. For my training programs, check out the routines on the Base Blocks Plus app.